Hi, Michelle Glass here. Welcome back to another episode in Chapter 12, Lecture 12 series. And our topic here is investigating those neurons and how they're classified a little bit more. Remember, our neuron is the smallest functional unit in the nervous system. It is the cell that is doing all of the communication, collecting data, processing data, and directing responses. Our neurons can be divided up or classified, I should say, based on their function and also their shape. Functional descriptions include whether they're sensory neurons, meaning part of the afferent division, collecting information from inside outside the body. Whether they're motor neurons, that means directing responses, so synapsing onto possible effectors, skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, adipose tissue, and glands, and I think I forgot smooth muscle. So skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, adipose tissue, and glands. Or they can be classified as interneurons, which means it's a neuron synapsing onto another neuron. So it's in between two neurons, right? The other classification is based on shape. So we have a classification called the anaxonic. And means without neuron. So when you look at the shape, it looks like there's no neuron there, no axon, rather. But of course, there is an axon. It's just that we can't see it anatomically. You'd have to trace out the physiology. You're going to find your anaxonic neurons in both your brain and your your special sense organs. So this is a processing type of neuron. Bipolar is another processing type of neuron. In this case, they're going to have a dendrite, which is going to connect to the cell body, and then the axon is going to come off of the cell body. So they have a set in and out order to that neuron. These are pretty rare, but we will see them in some of our special sense organs. We'll see them particularly in the retina of the eye. The unipolar neuron is a sensory neuron. Now this one is different because notice that cell body is off to the side. The dendrite becomes continuous with the axon. So that's how it's very different from bipolar. And then the final shape is called the multipolar, and that's really the picture that I gave you when we first started looking at neurons. The multipolar neuron has lots of different dendrites and then one distinct axon. Your anaxonic and bipolar neurons are both classified as interneurons. These are going to be the most abundant type because they are found in the brain, which is the largest collection of neural tissue. Your unipolar neuron is your sensory neuron, so it's part of your afferent division. We can organize these into different types. So we have Interceptors. These are going to be collecting information from the inside of the body. So maybe information about pressure or stretch or like pressure isn't like blood pressure, or stretch of organs like your bladder's getting full or your stomach's getting full, or chemoreception, so looking at differences in pH, that sort of thing. Exteroceptors are going to be detecting external sensations, so this might be touch or temperature. This might be part of your special senses, as in taste and smell and vision and hearing. And then we have what's called proprioceptors. These are probably the newest type for you. These are monitoring skeletal muscle and joints, so they're going to be important in detecting our body's position. The last was our multipolar motor neuron, which is going to be part of our efferent division. So we will see these coming out of the brain and the spinal cord and then extending and synapsing onto those possible effectors. There's 5, remember: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, adipose tissue, and glands. All right, that's it for now.